She cheated on me with the same guy my last girlfriend cheated on me with. How does one cope with this? Male self-help book. Control F. You have 342 results. Female self-help book. Control F. You deserve 764 results. Agree with the antagonist. Die to him intentionally. Uninstall game and tell everyone you finished it. You are obligated to provide for everyone else in life. No one has this same obligation to you. Sure is strange how that works out. Go in public. See guys that are uglier than me with girlfriends. See guys that are more out of shape than me with girlfriends. See guys that are worse dressed than me with girlfriends. Even see guys that are shorter than me with girlfriends. Is self-improvement pointless? I just feel like I'm cursed to be alone forever. Even though I have a lot going for me, I still can't seem to attract a woman. Even though inferior men seem to have no problem doing so. You forgot the part of self-improvement where you work on your personality. Be born in 1949. Don't have to fight in a war. Be 20 years old in time for the summer of '69. Pick up some ridiculous 11 out of 10 who's hitchhiking to Woodstock in my Plymouth Roadrunner I bought after working a summer job for a month. She's immediately into me because she's from a small town and I'm the only man in her life who's not her father or brother. Bring her home and marry her. Go to get a job, hired off the street with no experience, and get trained. Buy 10 acres of land for less than what I make in a year. Rent out my land for decades. Retire and sit around the house all day looking at my collection of boats and cars I never use. Kids today just don't understand hard work and pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. Be me. 22. Just a regular female anon. Best friend is a total goof. Loves making funny videos. One day she decides to go all in on TikTok. Starts posting dance challenges and skits. Gets kinda popular. Like 100k followers popular. Fame changes her, man. She goes full aloof, acting like she's a big deal now. No more inside jokes, just endless self-promotion. That feeling when you can't scroll through her feed without seeing her face. Suddenly, I'm just a backup friend, like a forgotten song in a playlist. She whispers, I don't need you, I have brand deals. Feels bad man.jpg. One day she does a skit that offends the bejesus out of people. Gets backlash, like serious backlash. Next thing you know, bam, account banned, poof, gone like a fart in the wind. She comes crawling back. I messed up, I need you. Sorry.jpg. Tell her sorry to hear that, but I'm done. My face when I realize I've lost my best friend to TikTok fame. Now I just scroll through memes instead. At least they never ghost me. My face when I remember the good times. Guess I'll just keep viewing my memes on TikTok instead. Thanks for the memories, I guess. That feeling when I realize TikTok is a hoe. Friday, about 6 p.m. In room, browsing 4Chan and playing Minecraft. Dad comes in. Hey buddy, have any plans for the weekend? Not really, no. Why don't you go out with some friends? It's a nice night. Conversation continues for another 5 minutes. Dad asks about girls and my friends. I try to dodge around admitting I have no friends and have no experience with girls. But he knows. Okay buddy, just let me know if you ever want to ride somewhere. Or you can borrow my car anytime you want. Pats me on the shoulder and leaves. I get back to Minecraft. After a few minutes, feel thirsty. No drinks in my room. Venture out of my room and go to the kitchen. Hear my father in the living room, crying. Look around the corner. He's looking through photo albums at pictures of me. Hey dad. He looks up, trying to hide that he was crying. I'm going out with some friends. Can I still borrow the car? He smiles, the happiest smile I have seen in years. Sure thing, buddy. He gets up and hugs me. Tears in his eyes. I get dressed, get in the car and leave. I drive to an empty parking lot in an industrial area. I go to sleep in the back seat, return home the next morning, pretend I was out with friends all night. Dad hugs me again. I've been doing this almost every weekend for months now. Ready for some nightmare fuel lane-ons? Be me. Roommate is a scribe at a doctor's office. Roommate busts through the door after work one day to tell me a story of a patient he saw. Tells me a Zoomer came in crying and told the doctor that his D didn't work anymore because of gooning and edging. Tells the doctor his D is always firm and retracted. Doesn't get erections anymore. D has zero feeling. And that he thinks he has something called heart flaccid syndrome. Roommate and I spent the rest of the night going down online rabbit holes. TLDR, corn-brained Zoomers are literally beating their Ds into impotency. I expected nothing less from a generation raised on hardcore corn though. Be me, 20 years old, somehow land a date with a girl who's basically a model. Like she's out of my league by a mile. Panic.exe has stopped working, but I decide to go for it. Show up at the date wearing my best accidentally thrifted outfit. She's dressed like she just walked off a fashion runway. Try to play it cool. She's super nice, asks about my interests. I like video games and anime.
Her expression doesn't change, still smiling. Get through dinner, it's surprisingly fun. She laughs at my dumb jokes, which only fuels my confusion. My face when I realize she genuinely seems to like me. Our server comes over and she asks for the dessert menu. What's your favorite dessert? I'll take whatever you want. I'm not picky. She orders something fancy I can't even pronounce. Starts talking about her dreams, how she's pursuing modeling. I'm just here like, I model my life around gaming. She finds it adorable. What? Date's going really well. I can't believe it. Fast forward to the end, she leans in. I had a great time. We should do this again. My heart jumps out of my chest. Yeah, totally. As I leave, I realize I just dated a girl above my league. Now I can't stop smiling. My face when I had to convince myself it wasn't a dream. Guess it's time to level up my life. Hope she doesn't see the mountain of anime figurines in my room. That feeling when I might actually have a girlfriend. Still in disbelief. Never thought I'd make it to endgame. Just when I thought it was real, I blinked and found myself in my room. Forever alone. Stay strong, brothers. At least we have anime waifus and imagination.
Absolutely tragic story, so hopefully you guys are prepared. Be me 5 years ago. Have girlfriend who I love deeply. She develops a cough randomly one day. Time passes and it doesn't seem to go away. Go to doc with her. Doc takes a long time getting results back. Comes back and says nothing is wrong. On the way back from doc, we stop at Costco cause I want a churro. See that Costco got rid of the churro. They freaking ruined, guys. Why would Costco do this? Boring open world where the only points of interest are just enemy bases. Bunch of pointless collectibles that give almost nothing to the player. Less level interaction compared to other games. Contains a character designed to appeal to coomers. Yeah, I don't really like Genshin Impact. Pick unrelated. Okay, so here is Skywalker. What about him? He became a Jedi Knight a few weeks ago at a very young age despite entering apprenticehood barely 10 years ago. Oh yeah, the emotionally unstable kid we originally rejected but Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan were just too stubborn so he gave in. Yeah, him. What should we do with him? I don't know, send a fellow hot-headed teen barely younger than him as his apprentice and pray they won't be banging in a few years. Alright, sounds good. First day of seminar class. Introduce ourselves. Name, pronouns, and what fruit would you be if you had to pick? First few are pretty normal. Weirdo answers. I'd be a pomegranate because I'm difficult to understand. Silence. I'm the last one, right after them. I'd be an orange because I like telling funny jokes. Half of class, including professor, has a good laugh. Be me. Learning about Qing dynasty and history. Actually pretty cool. Some interesting battles. Get to conflict in Beijing. Learning about how Zhicheng rebels attacked Tiananmen Gate. Most of the brutal fighting took place in Tiananmen Square. Girl in back puts up her hand. What happened in Tiananmen Square? Me and my teacher say nothing at the same time. Our face went. Wife demands divorce because she fell out of love. Brings divorce papers 3 nights later. I stare at the papers and sign them. Alright, we are divorced now. The bond is broken. I hope you know I always loved you and did my best to make you happy. She plays it cool with a cold face, then breaks down in tears 2 minutes later and tears up the papers. We say nothing to each other and take a nap on the couch. I don't understand women. That happened last night. Girlfriend goes into therapy for the first time in her life. Month goes by, texts less and wants to hang out with other people. Say whatever, I don't give a fudge. More months pass. Find out she's been spending time with some guy. All her texts are one-word responses. Break up with her since she's not being honest. Guess what I found out 3 years later from one of her friends? The therapist said she was trapped in something called a narcissistic abuse cycle. Huh? And she literally followed step-by-step instructions on how to leave a relationship from it, down to the one-word replies. What the frick are these therapists teaching women? Love mom, live with mom. Work and save. Mom starts losing her mind. I really started worrying when I'd leave cooked food in the fridge and find it untouched when I came home from work. Eventually quit work to be her caregiver. Get $600 per month from the government. Combine that with her social security check. Keep mom happy and keep her company. Make sure she takes her medication. Remember her doctor appointments. Make sure the bills get paid. Give her lots of hugs. Eventually, she dies. Get house. I need to work by the end of the year. But my situation isn't so bad. Being a stay-at-home son is the hardest job in the world. Just kidding. It could be hard at times, but I was so glad that I could be there for her. Pretend to be sick. Heat up thermometer on light bulb when mom not looking. Anon, you're burning up. I'll call you off school. Wait till mom leaves. Remove Ethernet cord from back of router. Slide family computer desk out of the way. Stretch it across the room. Plug into my PS2. Play Star Wars Battlefront 2 online all day. And every match with 4 kills and 40 deaths. Doesn't matter. The most fun I've ever had. Put everything back in place at 4 p.m. Slide back into bed, garage door opens. Hi mom, hey Anon, how you doing? You been drinking your fluids? Yes mom. Eat chicken noodle soup while watching Avatar on TV. Bedtime. Drift into a dream-filled slumber. The opportunities are endless. My whole life is in front of me. Weirdest sleep paralysis story? I'll start. Wake up, looking at ceiling. Can't move. Grudge-looking ass baby comes in. Starts dancing on my chest. Utters these exact words. I may be dead, but at least I have dental insurance. Start laughing. He laughs with me. Kisses me on my nose. See you again, buttercup. Wake up with my pants covered with the white stuff. I'm still spooked. Japan started to become Catholic in the 1500s, but an Englishman named William Adams, who hated the Portuguese and Catholics, convinced the shogun to end all Catholics. William Adams eventually became a samurai and married a Japanese woman and started a family. Why are Anglos like this? The first weeb in recorded history. Be me, 27, happily married to my husband. He's 30, cool dude, but he talks in Gen Z language. Think it's a phase, right? Nope, this is a lifestyle choice. One day, we're out shopping. See some fire shoes. Turn to him. What do you think? He looks dead in my eyes and says, they're bussin' for real for real. What even is that? Turn into confused grandma in the middle of Foot Locker. My face when I realize I need a Gen Z dictionary. Every conversation feels like a TikTok video. SB, did you peep that new Netflix drop? It's Chef's Kiss. What does any of this mean? Try to keep up, but I'm 27, not 17. He's constantly on TikTok. I'm just vibing with my homies, he says. My face when I realize I'm not one of those homies. One night, we're watching a movie. He suddenly pauses. This scene is giving me major ick. Excuse me, what? Next thing I know, he's scrolling through memes on his phone. Babe, this one is so relatable, I can't even. Why are we like this? Spend a week listening to Gen Z slang videos. Become a certified knowledge guru on Slay and Lit. Finally, I can hold my own. Turns out I'm not too old to get it. Send him a text, you're such a vibe tonight, for real for real. He texts me back, no cap, I'm proud babe. My face when I realize I've officially joined the Gen Z club. My face when I'm now trying to serve looks while grocery shopping. Can't tell if my life is a meme or a reality show. Guess we're all just trying to keep up with the trends. At least we're busting together. Be me. Go down to a fancy Japanese restaurant for dinner. A cute 8 out of 10 Japanese girl comes to take my order. I order some sushi, but I stop her before she goes back to the kitchen. Hey, would you want to get a drink or something after this? Sorry, but I immediately get out of my seat and head home. I come back 1 hour later with my dad's harpoon gun. Walk over to the artificial pond and shoot the biggest koi fish I can see. Pull it out and take a bite. That'll teach her. Playing an RPG. Make my character an exact copy of myself. Choose blue eyes instead of brown. Anyone else? Be me. We're outside drinking with my friends. Not really feeling the vibe tonight. Without going into details, I just had a shitty day. There is this Chinese restaurant I always order from. I'm a regular there. I go in and order the same meal I have ordered for over a year. I always tip a few bucks extra since it looks like they need the extra bucks. As a result, I get extra rice and fortune cookies. This time they noticed I was down. I hear the Chinese chef say something in Chinese. After a while I get my meal, but this time I also get my money back. They say in a broken English, "Today meal is free, you happy man." Makes me feel better. I will now always order from these people. Made my night much better. My face when I realize life is literally like an RPG. People treat you differently depending on your race/class. Each race has advantages and disadvantages. Get XP by learning things through books. If you commit a crime in a town or city, you will spend time in jail or prison. That feeling when only one save. Be me, 27M, single loser and lonely AF. Get a call from hospital. Best friend and his wife die in a car accident. Only their son survived. No other family aside from grandparents, but they live nursing homes and aren't able to take care of him. But to my surprise, they made me sole guardian in case of anything. I bring him home weeks later. I clean up and prepare to adjust to a drastic change, but anything for my best friend. Many years go by and the boy is 18, graduating high school. He gives a speech at his graduation party. And I want to thank the man who raised me unexpectedly and turned his life around so that I could have chance at succeeding in mine. Thank you. We all applaud, and he comes up to me and says, "Did you like my speech, Dad?" I sure did, son. Be a kid. Come home from school. Mom works an evening shift at a gas station. She leaves pizza for me. Have 2 games for my SNES. TMNT Tournament Fighters and the Addams Family. Put pizza in oven and use watch to time it. Play game while pizza cooks. Often get distracted by my games.
Have burnt pizza most nights, but eat it anyway. Usually asleep by the time mom gets home. We'd chat for a while if I was still up playing games. One night on her way home, she was hit by a drunk driver and she died. In my 20s now. Occasionally I'll play TMNT and Addams Family on an SNES and fat old CRT TV and eat burnt pizza. Eating burnt pizza comforts me regardless of the taste. Pretend mom is still out there working at the gas station. Go to bed early so the illusion isn't broken. Turned 33 recently. Widowed, no kids. At least my cat came home. Here's all I have left. Get home from work, lay down in bed to cry. Kitty climbs into bed with me and cuddles until I feel better. Thank you, Kitty. You're my only friend.
Be me last year. Taking my girlfriend home. She's my frickin' everything. Drop her off, tell her I love her. She asks me to come in for a bit before I close the door. I accept and go in. She bought a new love sack. We lay in it like pick related. She keeps trying to get me to stay longer, but I have to get home to let my dog out, and I know she needs sleep. She accepts, and I leave. On the way out, I get a call from her, and she's saying she's feeling kinda sick. She tells me she loves me and good night. I get home, let my dog out, and fall asleep. Next morning, wake up to 3 missed calls from her. Her mom called me. Her mom is still crying and says my girlfriend took her life. I can't even breathe, and I hang up. My dog hops on my lap and I just lay there for hours. Still haven't recovered a year later. I wish I could have helped her, bros.
Be me, 24. Been dating Lisa for almost a year. She works as a waitress at this fancy Italian place downtown. Always talks about how busy and exhausting her shifts are. Decide to surprise her after her shift one night. Get her favorite flowers, lilies, and chocolate-covered strawberries. Drive to the restaurant. Arrive around 11:30 p.m. Wait by the back entrance where staff leave. Finally see Lisa step out with a tall guy in a chef's jacket. They're laughing, walking close together. He wraps his arm around her waist. She doesn't push him away. They stop under a streetlight. She leans in and kisses him, completely frozen in place, just watching. They kiss for a few seconds before he pulls back, and they laugh. Lisa looks up and sees me standing there with the flowers. Her face goes pale. She immediately pulls away from the guy. Guy looks at me and gives a fake smile before walking off without saying anything. Lisa rushes over to me, starts apologizing. "It's not what it looks like," she says. But I can't help but think of all the times she said she was too tired to hang out after work. She pleads, says the guy is just a co-worker and nothing happened. Tell her I'm done, hand her the flowers and walk away. Go home, heart sinking. Sit on my bed. Start deleting her number and blocking her on social media. Scroll through her old pictures on Instagram to see if I missed anything. Stumble upon an old photo of her with that same guy, years ago. He's tagged in the picture as her ex. Realize she was cheating on me with her ex the whole time. Feel like a fool for not seeing the signs earlier. That feeling when I was just a placeholder for her until he came back. Be me, like 4 or 5, coming out of Walmart with my parents. Cute chubby female employee playing a SpongeBob crane machine. She pulls a big ass SpongeBob out. She gives it to me as I leave the store. It made child me the happiest I had been in months. My face when I'm now a 20-year-old virgin, and that's the only supportive interaction I've ever had with a female. Be me. 23-year-old kissless virgin. Almost all hope is lost. Get Tinder. Get a few 4 out of 10 matches. Feel a bit better. Match with 8 out of 10 cutie pie. I get excited. Message her. Sweating. She messages back. We instantly hit it off. After a few months of chatting and video calling, we decide to meet up. I'm really excited. I'm about to meet up with my dream girl. We meet at a small park that no one goes to. Think of it as nothing. I arrive there and sit at a bench. I see her walking towards me. "Oh, Anon, you're cuter in person." We talk for a few hours, then we go to her place. She asks me to follow her down into a basement. Oh, yo, that gif. We go into the basement. "Are you ready, Anon?" She pushes me onto the bed. I'm gonna lose my virginity to an 8 out of 10. Best day of my life. She whips out her huge 12-inch long monster dong. Play chess with someone online. Load up chess on my computer and set the opponent to master difficulty while I'm playing them. They move. I simulate their move on my computer. Copy what the master difficulty bot does. Repeat. Easy victory. Nothing personnel, kid. Be me. Stuck in traffic listening to French songs. 3 girls in convertibles show up. "Hey, you speak French?" First time a girl talked to me. Riding my 2008 Corolla. "Si." For fudge's sake, why is my brain so tarded? Be me. Be 15. Text this 8 out of 10 emo chick. Managed to get the convo to become flirty. "So, what's up, Anon?" The ceiling. Realize what I just did. Try to laugh it off. I just lost an argument in my head against a person that doesn't even exist. I even stuttered. Be me. Go to university in the 90s. Rack up 8,000 pounds of student loans. Realize don't have to pay back if income below 22,000 pounds.
Stay in low-paid supermarket job. Defer payment every year. Apply to defer again this year. Sir, I'm happy to tell you that your loan has been written off as you have now turned 50. Go out and celebrate. I beat the system. That feeling when I'm losing my hair before losing my virginity. Think about moving arm. Moves arm. Just moved matter using nothing but my mind. How? Have panic attack. Be me, 19 years old, working part-time to save up for a sweet gaming PC. Finally managed to save up $2,000 in my bank account. Felt like a millionaire. Dad has access to my bank account just in case. Trust him because he's my dad, right? One day I notice a weird transaction. $1,000 missing. WTF.jpg. Think maybe I bought something and forgot. Check transaction history. It wasn't me. Panic mode activated. Confront dad. Hey, did you take money from my account? He says no, totally denies it. Red flags everywhere. Call bank, they open up a ticket. A week later, another $500 gone. Furious now. He's not even denying it anymore. He says he needed it for emergencies. I'm like, Dad, this is my life savings. He gets defensive, calls me selfish. Decide to take matters into my own hands. Go to the bank, explain the situation. Still haven't heard anything back from my ticket, by the way. They say they can't do anything since he's authorized. Feel like I'm in a prison of my own bank account. Realize I have to take drastic measures. Wait until he's asleep one night. Change my password to my account. Sleep like a baby as I do this. Next morning, he freaks out when he tries to access it. I can't get into your bank account. What did you do? Feel a mix of satisfaction and guilt. Tell him he should have thought about that before stealing my money. He storms off, probably plotting revenge. Sit back and watch my money grow again. Never trust anyone with your life savings again, even if they are your dad. Life continues, but now I'm keeping my money in a shoebox under my bed. Lesson learned, I guess. Walking down the street, see a hot girl, brown hair, nice eyes, 7 out of 10. Kind of got lost in her eyes. Stop walking and just stare. She notices. I was hypnotized. It was kind of cloudy out and there was almost a beam of light right on her. She keeps walking, grimacing at me. I realize what I was doing and notice people are looking at me. Spaghetti.png. I literally run away. Ran until I was far away. Far enough that no one from the original scene was there. I just ran. I ran so far away. My face when I'm a flock of seagulls. True story. Be me in middle school. Around 10 or 11. Assassin's Creed 2 comes out. My favorite game growing up. Always thought Ezio was the coolest since I was a social outcast that was bullied. Wanted to be strong and cool like him. Anyways, we're learning about European history in my history class. My state holds an educational assessment for all students to take. Playing Assassin's Creed in this game sparks my love for history. Reading books, articles online, etc. Just filling my head with all this info. Day of the assessment and I'm breezing through it. Month or two later and we got our results back. Teacher tells the class only one person got a perfect score on this test in the whole school. Kids say, Who? Who? Teacher makes a long pause, looks at me and says, It's Anon. Everybody in the class was shocked, where my love for history started. Thanks, Ezio. Be me, pretty sad the last couple of months. On vacation with my family. Find out I got accepted to transfer to a new college. Wake up at 5, get high, go watch sunrise at beach and listen to reggae. I'm so happy, bros. I'm happy for you, OP. Don't flunk out of this one, tard. Hey son, you in there? Still watching those Japanese cartoons? You didn't think your old pops forgot about your birthday, did ya? Come on out and give your old man a hug. I love you, son. This should be called Ape Tape. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Toilet Duck. Legendary thread. Be me. Average Anon. Browsing the internet. Stumble upon furry community. Think it's kinda cool. All the art and creativity. Decide to give it a shot. Save up for months. Finally buy a top-tier furry suit. Cost me thousands, but whatever, I'm committed. Fast forward to the suit arrives. Open the box. Worth it.jpg. It's all fluffy and colorful. I'm excited. Put it on for the first time. Feels kinda weird. Look in mirror. Instantly realize I look like a walking mascot. Skeptical.exe has stopped working. Go to a furry convention because why not? Everyone is super nice, but I feel out of place. Try to socialize, but it's just not clicking. Get a bunch of compliments, but inside I'm cringing. Spend the whole day sweating my ass off in the suit. Finally take it off. Feel like I just ran a marathon. Realize I'm just not cut out for this. Come home, put suit in closet, never touch it again. Should've just bought a gaming rig instead. My face when I wasted thousands on a furry suit. At least the closet is warm for winter. Are these stories true, or are they just figments of Anon's imagination? You decide.